Hey there, guys, and welcome back to Get Going Fast, where we're getting into this AI hobby in a quick and efficient manner in which you might learn something. And today we are looking at something which is kind of one of my new little favorite things to do. It's this new model workflow which came out called SteadyDance, which is very cool. This is kind of your typical throw in a reference video, throw in your still image, and then it actually creates the motion. And one of the things that is just absolutely incredible about this one is how well it retains the character consistency. Just absolutely incredible. Pretty much no matter what you throw in there, it's going to keep it. Now we're running this at a 480 by 720p sort of thing, so it's not the highest in the world, but you'll see that no matter what vile person you throw in there, it's going to create incredible consistency on the stuff here. And as we threw in this, just to show you, even keeps, it's just kind of impressive. Like even with this larger, beautiful woman, of course, the bouncing and everything is right there. It just holds no matter what you put in here. It holds the consistency. Of course, now the issue is going to be um, finding your right videos and, of course, getting your workflow set up. So we're going to go into that here soon. We're going to take a look. I'll show you where to get all this stuff so that you can be creating your own steady dance videos, which again, it's worth my time. I've spent a lot of time on this, so a lot of fun stuff to play with. But before we do that, I do want to thank you for liking the channel and subscribing. I'm excited to be here with you this Christmas season. Okay, so Christmas is the season for giving, and I love to give my time to spend with you guys, and I appreciate you giving your time back to spend with me as well, because this is a great hobby. And by the way, speaking of which, little segue there. I actually wasn't planning this, but in my brain, I'm just like, oh, I'll go ahead and mention it. AI is always better with a buddy. So be sure this Christmas you can always give your friend a gift membership to Get Going Fast and say, hey, why don't you come get into this hobby with me and let's do some fun stuff together. But anyway, that aside, I do appreciate you guys. Let's jump into Steady Dancer, and I'm going to give you the pros and the cons that kind of help you avoid the pitfalls, and we going to get it going on, yo. All right, so the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get the workflow. So we'll show you how to do that. Of course, the fastest way to do any of this stuff is just to go to getgoingfast.pro. You can actually go to steadydancer.getgoingfast.pro. It'll actually take you to our new website over here. We're making it easier for you to get hold of everything and get information about stuff. So go check out the new website. That's pretty exciting stuff. But otherwise, we'll go over here to get the workflow. We're going to go over to my blog here, cognibuild.ai, and hit that enter button. And we're just going to click up here where it says the blog. Okay. Now, down here, you'll see it says Steady Dancer Workflow. So you can click that there. If in the future you can't find that, just search for it here in the search bar. Okay. So easy peasy. I got two different ways for you to get this. You can use a curl command. If you don't know what a curl command is, God bless you. And maybe another video you will show you how to use that. But that's more like in your code and stuff. But you can just use the direct link here below. So you can just right click that and save it as, and it's going to pop up and it's going to save it as a steadydancer_01.json. Okay, and that of course is your workflow. So once you get that down, what we need to do is you're going to need to open up your ComfyUI. Now, as usual, you're just going to click up on here and you're going to go to File and you're going to click Open here and then grab that workflow you downloaded. It's going to pop up everything here, but here's the key, and it's always the same. It's always the same. Is that you're going to have a few red nodes, okay? And these red nodes are going to say that you're missing some things. Now, the reason it does that is because all of this stuff, all of these things here, these are all these little boxes. This is all program that's running behind the scenes. So like when like it's gotten all this. Somewhere this has code. This has dependencies that's running. It's just put into a nice package for us. But the ComfyUI has to know how to use it. Okay, so we have to make sure that we have the updated nodes. It knows how to do that. And what it does is when something comes in and it's not updated, it puts that little red box around it and says, "I don't know what this is," but we're very obliging people. And we say, "Hey, Comfy, I appreciate you, and I want you to be able to do everything that you're doing in the best way possible so we can get the job done. So I'm going to accommodate you by updating you and giving you the nodes that you need." Okay. So, but to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to go click on our manager button. If you don't have a manager button, that's because you've got an installation that didn't install it. Okay. And again, God bless you. All right. You need to probably get a better installation, which is why you can always go to comfy.getgoingfast.pro. This is free. All right. Just go here to get, it's my gift to you. All right. And just get this manual installation, and it's going to have everything you need in it. Okay. It's going to get you going. It's a good installation. You can reinstall it on top of old installations, but get it going. And once you get that going, you'll have this manager button. Okay, so here's what we got to do. We got to do a couple different things. You're going to click this manager. It brings up this sheet. And if you have those red nodes, you'll click this one here. It says install missing custom nodes. Okay, so we click it, and then it'll bring up a list of stuff that you're missing. And obviously I've updated mine, so it's done. All you gotta do is you'll click this little button here, and it updates it all, and then you'll have an install now button. You click it, it'll install everything, and then it'll ask you to restart. It's very intuitive. Okay, so ComfyUI is really incredibly well built so that it leads you down the path. You install it, it says, "Hey, okay, it's done. You need to reboot the server." You're like, "Okay." And then it's like, "Okay, the server's rebooted. You need to refresh the screen." You're like, "Okay." And it does it all for you. Now, there is one other thing. There's some base stuff in here that we need. And I can explain a bit to you what that means. But there's beyond just the nodes that we need for SteadyDancer, ComfyUI needs to be updated. Okay. So you'll see there's a button here that says Update ComfyUI. You're going to want to click that. Okay. And so you can get your nodes all set up with SteadyDancer, but you're going to need to also then update ComfyUI to the latest edition. Okay. And it'll do the same thing. It's going to download. It'll ask you to reboot the server. Okay. The server, of course, is your terminal window that runs. This screen here isn't the server. This is just like the output. This is like the screen you're looking at. But it's going to reboot everything behind the scene, and it's going to ask you to refresh the scene. Now, the reason it's doing that is you'll know, we can talk more at another time, but shoot. When you get down to here, these nodes over here, this Onyx detection model loader, these are the things that it uses to detect like your hand movements and the head movement and all that, this kind of stuff. And we need the newest stuff on there. Okay. We'll get down here into the VIT pose, all this stuff. So it's using new technology, which is why this is working so well. So we need to update to make sure that we're using the newest technology. Arg. Okay. Once you get that, you're going to pop up, your screen will look something like this. Okay. You can use the mouse wheel to scroll in and out. That's how I'm doing that. Zoom in, zoom out. It's like 3D theater. Whoa. I don't know if you guys remember that back in the day. There was this John Candy was on there was some television show. It was Rick Moranis and all these guys. It was a Canadian thing, and it was they'd have 3D TV, and he would do things like, "Look at here's the fork, 3D." And he'd be like, "Whoa!" and he'd just go towards the camera and back. That's so stupid. Anyway, aging myself. So let's get back to this though. It's going to pop up. And if you go to the top here, you're going to notice there's a bunch of models. Now, what I often do is I click the run button straight off the bat. And if you don't have the model in there, it'll actually highlight this thing. And so you can see, oh, I need to get the model right here. But you're going to notice we need this one. It's called 121 SteadyDancer FP8 EM4 M3. And that has to do with the way that it handles the crunching the data and back in, blah, blah, blah. you got that. Let's get this out of the way. Notice we're going to need to have our WAN 2.1 VAE. So this is actually an older WAN 2.1 model. So you might already have this. Down here, your Clip Vision, you have to get this Clip Vision H. And again, if you've been doing any of this, you probably already have this downloaded. And then over here, we're going to get our LoRa, which is our Light X2V, which is our thing. It speeds up generations. It makes it to go very fast. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to get these and where to put them. Okay, in the meanwhile, like I said before, if you go over to SteadyDancer.getgoingfast.pro, you can just get the model manager here and it will actually do it all for you. So instead of having to go find these things and download them, you can just join up as a member, you can get it, and it will put it in there, and then you're actually ready to go. You don't have to do any of this. But for all the rest of us, what we're going to do is we need to find this model first. So again, what I typically do is I'll scroll in like this so I can see it. Hey-oh. Then I go up to my browser tab up here, and then I just start to write it in. 121 underscore SteadyDancer underscore FP8 underscore E4M 3FM underscore scaled underscore J dot safe sensors. Okay. But I don't hit enter because I want to stay on this page. So then I just hit my Control A to copy it all. Control A copies everything in your text box. And then I press Control X to cut it. Okay, simple. Now, if we go over to a new browser, we can just paste that in there and it should bring it up. Okay, so here it brought up this one. Let's see if it's here. In fact, so there it is. SteadyDancer. Let's make sure we can download it. Sometimes when you see these plus buttons, it doesn't actually mean that it's available for download. It just means that it's letting us know. So in this case, we want to click, I think, on this browse files. Oh, look at, he's got a folder down here called SteadyDancer. There we go. And there's our file. Okay. So we're just going to click the download button. And it's going to pop up a screen that looks like this. We will go ahead. It'll pop up to a save as. So just go to wherever you've installed your ComfyUI. Okay, we'll go in here, models. Then we're looking for the folder that's called diffusion models. So just click in there, and then you will press save. Once you're in there, you click save, and then it will start to download it. Okay, so good stuff there. So next thing we want to do is go back to our thing. I'm going to put this over here so I can get back there. Can scroll back out. This one will be downloading. It's a large file. Okay, it's going to take quite a bit. Then we got to go find this next one. 2.1 underscore VAE. So I'm going to do the same thing. It's going to highlight this. 2 underscore 1. Okay, and just type it all out. Same thing. Control A, Control X. Then we can go back over and do another search. Okay, and this one will be easy to find. Same thing. Now it says for styles photos exact, but it's too big to display, but you can just download it. Cool. All right, let's do it. Yo. So same thing as before. We will. It'll bring you up to here, and then we just got to go to our ComfyUI. Now this one's a little bit different. Notice this one goes. We go into our models folder. Okay. This one we're going to go into our VAE folder. Okay. And you can see it's down there. So you'll save it into there. All right, and then we've got another one done. Okay, so that one will be downloading. These will still be downloading. We'll go find this clip. Now, again, you probably already have this downloaded if you've done anything, but let's grab it anyways. Clip Vision, type it in there. Control A, Control X. Go over here. Pick that Control V, post it in there, and yo, there it is. Click it. Download it. Now, this one, okay, everything goes in their own folder, right? Like everything has its own place. So we go back to our ComfyUI, click our models, and this one is going to go into, I think, our Clip Vision. Yep, you're going to have a folder called Clip Vision. If you don't have it, then add it, but you'll have it. And we're going to save it here. Okay, notice I've got a bunch of them here. Okay, these are because That's where they go. All right. So lastly, we'll have one more to do here. We'll click on over to here. Okay. Last one, we got to get this Light X Laura. Okay. So this one is a bit of a long thing. So you can do a little bit of a trick here. You can just do a print screen. Copy that thing. We could go over to Chat GPT and we can say, give me this text. And then we'll just paste it in there. The lazy man's way of doing it. And then it'll just, oh my gosh. It's taking longer than I thought it would. ChatGPT goes through its phases. Sometimes it's just so wonderful. Sometimes it's not. Okay, here it is. So we'll just copy that. Then we can go back over here, paste it in there. Same thing. Everything's leading us back to KeyJai. When you start seeing KeyJai everywhere, you'll know you're in the right place. So there it is. We'll download it. Go back over to here. Go back to our ComfyUI. Click our models. And this time we're going to put it in the Lauras. Now, if you have one that says Laura and Lauras, you want Lauras. Okay? So that means someone did something that they shouldn't have there. But we want Lauras with an S. So click it in there and save. Okay? Now, you're pretty much done. Yo, so let's crack it on over to here. Okay? And look at our workflow. So you'll have this, this. Once you're done, you need to hit the reload button because once it you download these models, you have to reload. You have to reload everything. So because what we're going to do here is we're going to click, like we'll go up here and it'll show us all the models that we have in there. So you got to make sure you have the right one. A lot of times when you're downloading these workflows, they have the model preloaded there, but it's in like a subfolder. It's the way that it looks on their computer. And so you can be like, I have the file, but it ain't working. And it's like, because it's looking for it in a wrong directory. So that's why we click on it here and then we choose it our cells, the one that we want. Now, if you get the version that I've got over here at Get Going Fast, I've got it all just preloaded to be downloaded and ready to go. Literally the way that we did it. But otherwise, you just got to click it and find it. Same thing. You go down here, click it, find your VAE, go to here, find your clip vision, and we'll do all this. Now, that's everything you need. If you scroll down here, you'll see they've got these models, Vit Pose H, whole body model, all this stuff. This is the stuff that we updated with ComfyUI. When we updated ComfyUI itself, this is what it did. So these will be on your computer. If it's not showing, you just need to click it and find it, okay? Ultimately, if it's not working at all, you can go download it and put it in the folder. But by updating your ComfyUI, you should have all of this stuff ready to go, okay? So it's the state of the art. Right now, I'm not gonna go too deep into how to use them. I'm gonna show you really quickly just the basics of it, but then I'm gonna do another video on how to actually do this and all the tricks and tips. That way, I've decided to do it this way. That way, if you guys just want to know how to get it loaded, you got the get it loaded video. If you want to see how to use it, you got the get it used video, right? Sort of thing. So really quickly, let's just take a quick look and I'm going to show you the basics. Okay. So pretty much up here is where you're loading your models, right? So we'll go back to here. This part up here is where you're loading your models. This part here is where we're going to load the still image that we're going to use. And down here is where we're going to actually get our reference video. So you're going to have a video that you want to use, okay? You can download it from wherever you want on the internet. You know, your AI tool, use your AI tools to get your video, but you'll put it here, and it's just incredible how this works, okay? I mean, you can see how this works. We've got our Onyx detection model loader, so it's going to go over here to our pose and face detection. The video is going straight into here where it gets the sizes and then outputs to here. So basically this video flows up into here, and then this model over here uses the video and it says, oh, let's figure out how it's moving. Let's figure out what's a person, what's an arm, what's a leg, all that's happening in here. And then it goes down to here and it actually says, let's create it, let's draw it. And then it does, it creates this image. So essentially what it's doing is it's creating a series of these images. you know, 1,000 of these or hundreds of these or whatever, you know, a bunch of these. Well, I guess probably actually, you know, not thousands. This would be like 100 and some frames. So it's making like 100 of these, okay? And then it's literally generating the person up here in that position that many times, and then it's putting it together to make a video. Incredible. That's how that works. Your video flows to here. The detection model, they all meet up right in here. It figures out the movement, goes down here, draws a stick figure, and then this is just to make it the right size. And then it puts it out there. And then it combines it. You'll see this loop coming down here. It all combines it over here with everything that we got up there and puts it there and goes on. So really impressive thing. And then, of course, you end up with your cool video. And then you can see down here on the left how that's working. So very cool model. I'm very pleased with it. It's a lot of fun. Okay, I enjoy this model. Now, again, I don't play with a ton of this stuff. I install it and I play with it for like 5 minutes. I'm like a kid with a shiny new toy. I get it. I'm like, ew. And then I'm like, ooh, the next shiny thing. And I've actually been playing with it for the last couple of days. I think this is really good stuff. You do, let me just say really quickly, you do need to run this in a lower, God, where did I go? You got to run this in a lower VRAM, not VRAM, a lower dimension, okay? Because you will run out of VRAM. So where was that at? Where's my size? Let's look around here really quick. Oh, over here, by the way, you can see where you type in whatever's happening. Where did that go? Ah, here it is. It's down at the video. So notice this kind of auto gets the size for you. You can set this differently, but if you try to update this to a higher resolution, you will run out of video RAM. So you need to keep it around there. And it's running, I think, about 81 frames is what this says. But here's the thing with this model. If you really want to do something high quality with it, this is the model. This is the kind of model I would actually rent a GPU for. And there's like not very much that I would do that for. But if I really wanted to get something high quality, I would consider spending a couple bucks to rent a GPU that was really heavy and to run this. So, okay, well, there you guys have it. SteadyDancer, super cool. Much better than we've come so far. When Animate was such a disappointment, just such a disappointment. This is doing our thing. And guys, this is the beginning of a new era of face swapping, body swapping. You're going to be able to start putting people into all sorts of situations and having them mimicking. So this is actually really exciting technology. This is the technology I literally was sleeping and I woke up thinking about this. So it was just rolling in my brain. This, this is the one to keep your eye on. So not necessarily SteadyDancer itself, but SteadyDancer is the start of something new and something pretty wonderful, I think. So, all right, well, you guys hang in there. As always, again, Merry Christmas. I'm excited for the holidays. Excited to spend time with you guys. So be sure to come over to the Discord channel. I know it can get lonely during the holidays. So come hang out with us and hang out with AI, and we'll work on projects together. If you have your own project you're working on, then you're going to fit right in. We're just a bunch of fellows that we all working on our own stuff, and we're working on it together, because AI with a friend is really better, like I said. So with that in mind, you can get a friend membership for your buddy. You can get them a $12 like little McDonald's pack, of hamburgers, or you can get them month subscription to get going fast, and then get them into doing your hobby. Then you have something to talk about and something to work with. So in the meanwhile, we are on Discord, we're on Instagram, we're on X, we're all around. And be sure to hang in for the next video where I'm going to actually teach you guys a little bit more about the tricks and trade of SteadyDancer workflow. In the meanwhile, you guys be good, and we will catch you on the other side, yo.